Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, your weekly edition of the MMA Insiders here on Don Best. I'm Frank Trigg, and the Don Best Studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Nick Kalikas is on vacation this week. We'll cover two fights this week. The main event of Junior Dos Santos versus Cain Velasquez for the heavyweight championship title of the world for the UFC. And the other bout we want to cover this week is YUSHIN OKAMI versus BELCHER. Both of these fights are rematches. Now, with BELCHER and OKAMI, they fought the first time together back 6 years ago, and OKAMI wins a TKO decision in that one. BELCHER hasn't been that active in the last year. He's had a couple injuries. He's been really injury-prone for most of his career. Where OKAMI's competed 3 times, BELCHER's only competed once. Yes, I know. The last of the 2 fights that OKAMI's competed in this last year, 2 of them were TKO losses. One being to Anderson Silva for the heavyweight or middleweight title, and one being to Tim Boetsch. He gets TKO'd in his home country of Japan, trying to get a win after losing to Anderson Silva. OKAMI has a lot of pride, wants to prove that he should be the top or upper echelon of the middleweight division in the UFC, and I think he will do that with this fight. This fight makes complete sense, though, even though the Alan Belcher's only fought 1 time. Belcher was supposed to fight Vitor Belfort, but Belfort got pulled out because he had to compete against John Jones. And as they had that whole mix-up with UFC 151 getting canceled and things getting moved around, that's one of the flaws that happened. Belcher got pushed a little bit. But good for Belcher, because at the time he actually had a spinal fracture that was just coming back from getting ready to fight Vitor Belfort. With this extra time now, he has a chance to recover a little bit better. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. OKAMI's judo is just too good on his feet. His ground and pound is amazing. And if by accident somehow he ends up on the bottom, he's going to be able to submit Belcher from the bottom. He's just at another level than Belcher. But Belcher brings something to the table that most guys at OKAMI fights does not have. Great cardio shape and the ability to take a punch and give a punch. Belcher can stay in the pocket and survive the entire fight. Really, Belcher's got to survive out of the first round and make it so OKAMI gets super tired, because it seems to fall apart a little bit come second, third round. OKAMI seems to fall down and get really, really tired very, very fast. Because of his long, lean nature, he tends to get, when he gets exhausted, he doesn't really keep his hands up anymore, and his throws, for his judo throws, are not very good anymore. If Belcher can get in the second round, has a chance of winning. I just don't see it happening. I think OKAMI, as the favorite in this fight, should win this fight relatively easily. I see it stopping sometime in the second round. Now let's move on to the main event of Junior Dos Santos versus Cain Velasquez, also a rematch. This is a huge bout, not just because it's the heavyweight title championship of the world, but because it's 2 different styles of fighting. You've got the traditional striker in JDS versus the wrestler in Cain Velasquez, but both guys are super well-rounded UFC MMA fighters. Velasquez has got to survive the first 2 rounds. If he doesn't get out of the first round by making it a hunt and peck, kind of get in tab and get out of the way with JDS will knock him out again, which would happen the first time they fought. I think Velasquez can win this fight, getting into the 3rd round, picking up the pace, getting into the 4th round, picking up the pace again, in the 5th round, hitting a melee and a barrage, because Cain has great shape, and once he gets JDS to lose some of that power by JDS getting a little bit more tired, he'll be able to push the pace enough where he'll be able to stay in the pocket and press. In my personal opinion, JDS needs to keep it a boxing match, keep Velasquez out in the early rounds with some jabs, some crosses, a couple of hooks to keep him far enough away, and Velasquez needs to get inside deep, hard and heavy, and pin it close and tight. Otherwise, you have a lot of hard problems. When it comes down to JDS with his record of 15-1, 11 wins via KO, TKO, 2 submissions, and Cain Velasquez's record of 10-1, 9 wins via TKO or KO, both these guys know how to knock a guy out and put him on the ground. In this fight, Velasquez will do it later, if at all, and JDS will do it early, if at all. My pick is Cain Velasquez as the dog in this one, simply because the wrestler tends to beat when he knows the striker's coming at him hard and heavy. I think Velasquez up there, a.k.a. has had enough time to prepare and understands how to make this fight a much better fight. I think he'll be able to do it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is your edition again, the MMA Insiders, here on DonBest.com.